Everybody to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. Let's get it. In today's show, I'll be breaking down the latest Bitcoin technical analysis. And check this out. Janet Yellen, while running deficits at over $2 trillion per year, said the following: "We can certainly afford two wars." Max Keiser responded, "Watching fiat money cucks blow themselves up amuses me. The spot ETF news is meaningless. $220,000 in play." And check this out, quoting Kathy Wood on the spot ETF. She says the SEC really understands Bitcoin and its merits. It's mainly Gary Gensler standing in the way. That's what's up. Also today, the SEC has to approve or delay 3 spot Bitcoin ETFs, including one from Fidelity, one of the largest asset managers in the world. Also in today's show, Nishad Singh says there was a lot he didn't remember about FTX in 2022. I'll be breaking down the latest with the ongoing SBF trial, as well as FTX customers can get $9 billion shortfall claim payout by mid-2024. I'll be breaking this down for you. Also, the Bitcoin price model. I'm going to be sharing with you hints at 130,000 Bitcoin price target after the 2024 Bitcoin halving. I'm also going to be sharing Grayscale's Bitcoin trust discount narrows as the court gears up to issue GBTC mandate. I'll be breaking down this latest report, as well as BlackRock reacts to the false Bitcoin spot ETF approval news in a positive way, quoting their chairman and CEO, Larry Fink, on Fox News. "This rally is way beyond the rumor. I think the rally today is about a flight to quality with all of the issues around the Israel war now, global terrorism, and I think there is more people running into a flight. The quality, whether that is in treasuries, gold, or crypto, depending on how you think about it, and I believe crypto will play that type of role as a flight to quality." Powerful words. And quoting Max Keiser, as we've discussed before, Bitcoin is designed to be attacked. So please attack me so that the price can go to 100,000, 200,000, $1 million per coin. Thank you. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this plus so much more in today's show. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to smash that subscribe button to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this, and to help support the show and usher in that Bitcoin adoption around the world. Smash that like button, as it's the greatest compliment, and it helps out tremendously with the YouTube algorithm. Now, welcome everyone just joining us. This is pod episode number 1434. I'm your host, JV, and today is October 17th, 2023. Shout out to everyone in the live chat. Note, this is a live and interactive show, and at the end of the show, I have some surprises in store for you, so be sure to say what up. Shout out to CJ for just sending me $10. He says, "Great balls of crypto. Let's freaking go." In an excellent way to start off the show, let's do so with our market watch, as we do here each and every day. We got Bitcoin up 0.25%, still hovering above 28,500. Yesterday on the false rumor news of a Bitcoin ETF being approved, Bitcoin surged within minutes, up over $2,000 above 30 Gs, but then we corrected back down to 28, and we're currently pumping once again, as many of the alts are currently correcting and in the red. And checking out marketcap.com, the crypto market cap is at 1.09 trillion, with roughly 49 billion in volume in the past 24 hours, with the Bitcoin dominance on the rise. Now officially 51% attack against the alts, as we're sitting at 51.1%. How high do you feel this Bitcoin dominance is likely to climb for this cycle peak? Let me know, as the Ether dominance not looking so good. It's been on the decline, now at the lowest it has been in a very long time, at 17.3%. Ever since Ether switched from proof of work to proof of stake, it hasn't been a good look, in my humble opinion. Now checking out the top 100 crypto gainers of the past 24 hours, Toncoin is leading the pack, up almost 6%, trading just above $2, followed by OKB up 5%, trading above $46, followed by ApeCoin up almost 5%, trading at $1.12. And checking out the top 100 crypto gainers for the past week, ultimately you have a sea of red with a handful in the green as Bitcoin continues surging with its market dominance. We also have Hex up 16%. And checking out the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, we're currently rated a 52, which is neutral. Yesterday was a 47, last week a 50, and last month a 46 in greed. So there you have it, fam. How many of you have been seizing the moment and taking advantage of this dip? Let me know in the comments right down below. And again, massive shout out to everyone in that live chat. I appreciate each and every one of your support. Now let's dive into today's Bitcoin technical analysis. Check out the charts where the Bitcoin price action is likely to head next Here we go. Bitcoin passing 28,000, hints of bullish sentiment, but reclaiming it for good is essential, according to top analysts. We have Yan and Jan of analytics firm Glassnode describing the 28,000 mark as a critical milestone for the price action. Now, after snap volatility, what caused Bitcoin to hit 30,000 for the first time since August, Bitcoin managed to preserve some of its gains. And at this time, we're just above 28,500. Now for the analysts over at Glassnode, here's what they had to share. The crypto market is hinged on Bitcoin's ability to breach the consistently and maintain a value north of 28,000. 28,000 has formed a battleground ever since Bitcoin first crossed it in early 2021, and liquidity had traditionally surrounded it as the bulls and bears fight to secure control over the long-term trajectory. Now, according to data from Decent Suite, amongst others, confirms the status quo remains despite the recent Bitcoin price moves, with 28,000 lying in a zone between the major longs and shorts of varying leverage, as pointed out here in this chart, which shows you the Bitcoin liquidity data brought to you by Decent Trader, quoting them here. While this pivotal milestone was momentarily attained on futures, the spot market price peaked at 27,009 earlier today. It is evident just how crucial this price point is for the larger scheme. They also shared that the rapid movements in these price thresholds aren't just numbers. They signify investor sentiment, market dynamics. Keep an eye out on that 28,000 level. So there you have it. That is currently the line in the sand. Now, as reported by Cointelegraph, predictions of what the future will bring for Bitcoin, both before and after the next block subsidy halving in April, differ considerably. In an interview last month, Decent Trader co-founder Philby eyed Bitcoin price galvanizing itself for an upside during Q4, possibly reaching $46,000 per coin by the halving. Some well-known market participants, however, remain risk-adverse, amongst them Crypto Tony and others, betting on a pre-halving return to 20,000 for a final local bottom. Quoting the analyst, many can scream they are long right now and caught that move, but if you're not taking profit here at resistance, you're doing something wrong. I personally will not be long unless we flip that 28,500 level into support. So there you have it. Are you amongst one of the bullishness for Bitcoin, or do you have more bearishness? Where do you think we're likely to go next? Let me know your thoughts in the comments right down below. Now, pointing something out from Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen, I can't believe she shared this. She literally said, we can certainly afford 2 wars, and the nerve she has to share that. So shout out for Max for calling her out here. Watching fiat money cucks blow themselves up amuses me. 220,000 in play. He also tweeted that the spot Bitcoin ETF news is meaningless and that 220,000 is still in play. And Kathy Wood, regarding the spot ETF, she recently shared the SEC really understands Bitcoin and its merits. It's mainly Gary Gensler, aka No Clarity Gary, standing in the way. Let me know if you agree or disagree. Now, also, it's a big day in the markets as the SEC has to approve or delay 3 spot Bitcoin ETFs today, including one of the largest ones in the world, which is Fidelity, which currently controls $4.5 trillion in assets under management. You can see here for the second deadline in the blue, you have it circled and highlighted in purple. You can see the Van Eck ETF. We got Wisdom Tree as well as Fidelity. Those are 3 major players. So how do you think the SEC will rule upon them? Most likely going to be pushing it back, but you just never know. I'll be keeping you posted with the latest updates. And with that being shared, fam, now let's break down our next breaking story of the day and the latest updates and report from Nishad Singh testifying against Sam Bankman-Fried regarding the ongoing FTX trial. Let's break it down. Lawyers representing the former FTX CEO, SBF, conducted their cross-examination of Nishad Singh, pressing the former engineering director on events leading to Alameda Research using funds from the crypto exchange. According to reports from the courtroom on October 17th, Singh admitted there was a lot he didn't remember from June to July of 2022. Under questioning from SBF defense attorney Mark Cohen, the former FTX director reportedly said he had no knowledge of a software bug that exaggerated Alameda's liabilities until overhearing a discussion between the former FTX chief technology officer Gary Wang and former FTX developer Adam Yedidita. It was an $8 billion hole, Singh said, according to reports on the fallout from the bug. Caroline posted the screenshot of a graph showing Alameda's unexplained balance breaks over time and the bug explained it. Now, how does SBF look with an orange jumpsuit on? Let me know in the comments right down below. Now, defense attorney's cross-examination of Singh marked the 10th day of the SBF criminal trial taking place in New York, where Bankman-Fried faces 7 charges related to fraud at FTX and Alameda. Singh testified October 16th that he had been experiencing suicidal thoughts amid FTX's financial troubles in November of 2022, expressing concern about the lack of transparency and Alameda using FTX customer funds for investments. That's right. Prosecutors are expected to continue calling witnesses to testify on SBF's alleged actions and the events leading up to the downfall of FTX until October 26th or the 27th, after which the defense team will present its theory of the case. Now, to date, former Alameda CEO Caroline Ellison, Wang, and Yedidia also testified at the trial and have a few former FTX clients. Bankman-Fried's first criminal trial is expected to wrap up in November. He will face an additional 5 counts if the second trial scheduled to begin in March 2024 has been pleaded not guilty of all charges. So there you have it. How do you think this will likely fare out for scam Bankman-Fried? Let me know your honest thoughts in the comments right down below. And speaking about FTX, the million-dollar question, when will the investors get their money back that was stolen from them? Let's discuss this $9 billion recovery plan, which they say investors can start expecting to get their funds back in mid-2024. Let's break this down. The customers of the bankrupt crypto exchange FTX and FTX US could see over 90% of the assets returned to them by the end of the second quarter of 2024. Unfortunately, it's after the halving. You already know the Bitcoin price action is going to be paramount to where it is today. Anyways, after a proposed settlement was reached between FTX creditors and debtors. On October 17th, the FTX debtors said they reached a major milestone in their Chapter 11 case after extensive discussions with the Unsecured Creditors Committee, which is a committee of non-United States customers and class action plaintiffs regarding customer property disputes. FTX debtors filed a notice of the proposed settlement with a Delaware-based U.S. bankruptcy court October 16th. However, they need to submit an official filing by December 16th, seeking the court's approval. Now, part of the amended plan consists of the shortfall claim, in which FTX debtors estimate that customers of FTX and FTX US would collectively receive 90% of the assets available for distribution. I will say, though it's not 100%, 90% is obviously far better than nothing. The shortfall claim is estimated to be approximately $8.9 billion for FTX.com and $166 million for FTX US. And if approved by the bankruptcy court, FTX expects these funds to be dispersed by the end of the second quarter next year. Now, John J. Ray III, the current CEO and Chief Restructuring Officer of FTX, was pleased with the terms of the settlement, quoting him here, "Together, starting in the most challenging financial disaster I've ever seen, the debtors and the creditors have created enormous value from a situation that easily could have been a near total loss for the customers." Now, the amended plan involves FTX dividing the assets into 3 pools, assets segregated for the benefit of FTX.com customers, US customers, and a general pool for other assets. However, only the first 2 groups are included in the shortfall claim. Now, how many of you were impacted by the collapse of FTX? Let me know in the comments right down below. Hopefully, if you were one of those impacted, you will receive your funds back. Meanwhile, observers noted that as a part of the proposed plan to see its customers who withdrew over $250,000 from the exchange within 9 days of bankruptcy would have their claim reduced by 15% of the amount. However, claims under $250,000 wouldn't be subject to a reduction according to the FTX debtors. Explaining them here, eligible customers that have a preference settlement amount of less than $250,000 during the 9-day period would be able to accept the settlement without any reduction of claim or payment, ultimately saying if you removed more than $250,000 out of that account, you're going to receive 15% less. However, as part of the amended plan, FTX may exclude from the settlement any insiders, affiliates, and customers who may have the knowledge of the commingling and misuse of customer deposits and corporate funds. Now, former FTX CEO Bankman-Fried is 2 weeks into his fraud trial on matters relating to his involvement in the FTX collapse to bankruptcy last November. So there you have it. Fam, it's wild, and I think things are just heating up, and it'll probably even get a little more crazy if I was a betting man. Now, before we get into our next breaking story of the day, what do you think of the new overlay for the interactive live Q&A session we're going to be having a little bit later? I just wanted to give a quick shout out to everyone interactive right now in the chat. Shout out to Relaxing and Meditation Music. Shout out to my man Digital Dankness for making all this possible. Shout out to the moderators, Bitcoin Maximus, McLovin, Jeff S., Andy Surfer, Stealth Wing Productions, What It Do, Baz Dragon, McLovin. What up to the entire crypto fam, Passive Income, Ellen, what it do, Helen, what it do, Tough T, what it do. Good to see you guys in there. Much love, Jack Jiong, what's new fam? Jay, welcome to the show. Bruno Raber, welcome. That's what's up. CJ, good to see you. Mikey, what's up? Good to see you as well, fam. B. Jarn, welcome, welcome. Freedom NYC in the building. Crypto Surge. We got Mike G21. We got Punchy Coffee 20. Make sure to say hello so you can get a live shout out during the live show and tell me what you think. Give me your feedback. I appreciate it greatly. What up, Will Stopson versus Guru? What it do? Shout out to Coin Father. Shout out to our Bitcoin veterans. Shout out to all the long-term hodlers. Shout out to our stackers. Shout out to everyone out there. Shout out to all the OGs. I appreciate everyone's continued support. You guys are the bomb diggity. And with that being shared, now let's dive into a $130,000 Bitcoin price target, shall we? Here we go. Bitcoin is destined to hit 128,000 per coin or more by the end of 2025, according to multiple analytic models. That's right. Uploading his latest Bitcoin price estimates on October 17th, popular analyst CryptoCon deduced a 2-year target of roughly 130,000. So let's break this baby down. The Bitcoin market participants are diverging over how the Bitcoin price behavior will respond to next year's block subsidy halving. But for CryptoCon, the long-term roadmap is looking firmly bullish. Now, we all know that halving is scheduled to take place sometime in April of next year, roughly 6 months out. Now, in an update for various models charting both the Bitcoin price cycles and their highs and lows, the analyst reiterated that the area around 130,000 was fast becoming a magnet. Quoting him here, I've been doing a lot of Bitcoin cycle top experiments lately, and I keep seeing right around the same price, 130,000 per BTC. Now, this chart highlighted so-called early tops in each price cycle, along with the actual cycle top constituting a new all-time high. Now, the early tops on average occur 3 weeks on either side of July 9th. CryptoCon explained the new all-time highs come 3 weeks on either side of November 28th, already a popular phenomenon that Cointelegraph reported last month. The timing for these events comes from plotting simple diagonal trend lines from the first early top. Quoting him here, doing this has found the price of the last 2 cycle tops exactly, and with our trend from the last cycle gives us a price of about $138,000 per Bitcoin. I am prepared for lower prices, but the stars are aligning at $130,000 Bitcoin for this cycle as outlined here in this chart. Let me know if you agree or disagree with the crypto analyst. Personally, I think that is extremely conservative. I'm way more optimistic. I'm anticipating a multiple 6-figure Bitcoin price action for the peak, and I also agree that the peak will likely occur for the King crypto sometime post 2024, most likely sometime in the year 2025, but let me know if you agree or disagree below. Now, per the model timing, 2025 should be the year that the next cycle top occurs, just under twice the current record set in 2021, and we all know the current all-time high is 69,000. Now let's discuss history favoring the bears. 4-year halving cycles from a guide for many well-known Bitcoin market commentators. Amongst them is crypto analyst Rat Capital, who continues to stress that the pre-halving year, 2023, can bring about some new local lows before the bull market attains full force. Quoting him here from X, Bitcoin, the 5 phases of the Bitcoin halving. Let's actually take you over here to X to quote it. Pre-halving period, number 1, if a deeper retrace is going to occur, it'll likely be over the next 140 days or so. In fact, Bitcoin retraced 24% in 2015 and 38% in 2019 at the same point in the cycle. An example, 200 days before the halving. Now, a 30% drop from the current prices would see Bitcoin revisit 20,000. And interestingly enough, we do have a CME futures gap at that level. Now, number 2, he points out, pre-halving rally. Then 60 days before the halving, a pre-halving rally tends to occur. In anticipation of the halving, investors buy the hype in an effort to sell the news. Number 3, pre-halving retrace. A pre-halving retrace tends to occur after the halving event itself, and in 2016, this pre-halving retrace was 38% deep. In 2020, the pre-halving retrace was 20% deep. This pre-halving retrace makes investors question whether the halving was a bullish catalyst on the price after all. Number 4, reaccumulation. The pre-halving retrace is followed by multi-month of reaccumulation. Many investors get shaken out in this stage due to boredom, impatience, and disappointment with lack of major results in their Bitcoin investment in an immediate aftermath of the halving. And number 5, the parabolic uptrend. Let's go. Once Bitcoin breaks out from the reaccumulation area breakout into the parabolic uptrend, which you can see in this chart in the green, it is during this phase Bitcoin experiences accelerated growth on its way to new all-time highs. So there you have it, fam. That's coming directly from crypto analyst Rec Capital. Let me know if you agree or disagree with what he had to share. You know what I mean? Good analysis, to say the least. Now let's break down our next story of the day and discuss what's going on with the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. If you didn't know, Grayscale Bitcoin Trust is the largest Bitcoin hodler of the world, currently with over 600,000 Bitcoin in its control, and they're trying to get their GBTC product converted into a spot ETF in the United States. They're just awaiting the green light from the SEC. They recently had a lawsuit against the SEC, and the SEC took a big fat L, which is a great sign that the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust may get the green light soon by the SEC to convert their product to a spot Bitcoin trust. Now, the discount has been dwindling as well, which is another bullish indicator. So let's break this down before we break down the latest with Larry Fink and the BlackRock CEO and what he had to share regarding the fake out of the false rumor that a spot Bitcoin ETF got approved yesterday, in which it did not. But I'm going to be clearing up all these rumors for you directly from Larry Fink, the CEO of BlackRock himself. But first, let's dive into the latest with GBTC and what's going on right here. According to this report, the long discounted price of the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust is catching up to the net asset value amid potentially positive judicial developments. Let's go. GBTC is trading at a 15% discount to its net asset value as of October 13th, compared to roughly 21% at the beginning of the month, more than 43% in June, and nearly 50% at points in December and January, according to Y Charts. Now, discount to NAV is a metric that tracks the difference between the fund's current value from its true value. The shrinking discount materialized as news broke in the recent days that the US SEC doesn't intend to appeal the court ruling mandating the regulator reconsider Grayscale's Bitcoin or bid to convert their GBTC into a spot Bitcoin ETF. Last year, the digital asset management giant sued the SEC immediately after the regulator rejected the firm's bid to turn their flagship product into an ETF. Good for Grayscale. The federal judge ruled in August that the SEC has to reconsider Grayscale's app to avoid arbitrariness and inconsistency. Take that, SEC. Gary Gensler, where you at, dog? Citing a source familiar with the matter, Reuters reported last week that the SEC has no plans to appeal the judge's decision. That's a good sign for all of us. That's what's up. That means it's likely going to get approved. So in a statement provided to Fox Business journalist Eleanor Terrett, Grayscale confirmed that development. Quitting Grayscale here, the federal rules of the appeal procedures 45-day period to seek rehearsing has now passed, or a rehearing. The court will now issue its final mandate within 7 calendar days. The Grayscale team remains operationally ready to convert their GBTC to an ETF upon the SEC's approval, and we look forward to sharing more information as soon as practical. So there you have it. Do you think they could be amongst the first to get the green light from the SEC? Or do you think it'll be BlackRock as the Bitcoin game theory for the institutional investors continues in full effect by way of Bitcoin ETF? And speaking of Bitcoin ETF, now for the latest from Larry Fink responding immediately, an hour after the news broke that a spot Bitcoin ETF got approved, Larry Fink was on Fox News, ultimately sharing his feedback and response to the false news and where they stand currently on Bitcoin as an investment. And this is extremely positive news for the entire market, hence why we're continuing to pump today. I firmly do believe that. So let's break this one down. Investment management firm BlackRock reacted to rumors about the approval of its spot Bitcoin ETF app by the US US SEC, which caused quite a stir amongst the crypto community. On Monday, crypto news outlet Cointelegraph shared that the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission had approved the long-anticipated application of a spot Bitcoin ETF, but later retracted the report. However, the post sparked excitement within the crypto community, causing the price to rise rapidly, just like that. Bitcoin surged to almost $30,000 earlier in the day after the alleged post was made by Cointelegraph. However, the crypto's price fell almost immediately after the report was proven to be false by BlackRock's chief executive officer, Mr. Larry Fink, and other prominent voices in the crypto community. Eleanor Terrett was the first to report that this news was false after speaking with BlackRock, and that the company's Bitcoin spot ETF is still under review by the U.S. regulator, the SEC. Now, in the interview with Fox Business, Fink, who said he only learned about the news hours later due to him being extremely busy all day, took a rather positive stance on the event. And according to the CEO, noting that Monday's event solely proved the worldwide need and desire for a Bitcoin spot ETF. Quoting him here, "I think the rally today is about a flight to quality. With all the issues around the Israel war now, global terrorism," Fink said, "I think there are more people running into a flight to quality, whether that is in treasuries, gold, or crypto, depending upon how you think about it. And I believe crypto will play that type of role as a flight to quality." The SEC also confirmed that the alleged news report was false and that the app is still pending. Careful what you read on the internet. The best source of information about the SEC is the SEC, according to the Post. Now, so far, Cointelegraph apologized with a post on X with the false report it posted, which led to the dissemination of inaccurate information. The crypto media outlet later posted the result of its internal investigation, which showed a team member had posted the news without getting approval from its editorial team. Now, crypto tracker CoinGlass revealed that short trading positions held by investors betting on lower prices were liquidated to the tune of $104 million within 24 hours due to the false rumors, and you can thank Cointelegraph for that. Now, here's Larry Fink on Fox News. I took the time this morning before I went live to actually transcribe some of the highlights from this conversation, which I want to share with you today. So I'm going to read it out loud here for you, and then I'm actually going to share a prediction as well from Max Kaiser that Bitcoin will hit $1 million per coin because the more you attack it, the stronger it gets. And shout out to the high priest. Here we go. BlackRock CEO Larry Fink responding live on Fox News. Here's what the media said. "We got a stock rally and we got a Bitcoin rally. At the moment, Bitcoin's higher 5% and it is much higher. You see that spike in the screen? Look at it here." And then they go on. And here's when Larry comes in. "Can you address this rumor when you first heard it?" Larry Fink shared, "Actually, I was busy all day. I probably heard it an hour ago." Then Charlie Gasparino said, "We should point out that my producer broke the story, that it was not real, but it's like wishful thinking, isn't it, Larry? Isn't it what this is all about?" Larry responds, "Well, I can't talk about the specifics of anything. I think it's just an example of the pent-up interest in crypto, and we are hearing from clients around the world about the need for crypto." Now, we can clearly replace the word crypto with Bitcoin. I just wanted to point out the obvious, fam. What are your thoughts on that? I think some of this rally is way beyond the rumor. I agree. I think the rally today is about the flight to quality with all these issues around the Israel war now, global terrorism. I think there's more people running into a flight to quality, whatever that is, in treasuries, gold, or crypto, depending upon how you think about it. And I believe crypto will play that role as a flight to quality. Charlie asked, "Let me ask you this. Where do you think the markets go if the real hot war starts the next couple of days?" Larry responds, "I don't know what the definition of a hot war is." And then he said, "It's an invasion." Okay, my view is if the invasion is held to the southern borders of Israel, I think we're anticipating that already. I don't think the market's going to be changing that much. And it really depends on the oil market and how that plays out. Obviously, the marketplace today is up 350 points as we speak. Right now, the marketplace knows the potential reality, so I think that's somewhat into the market. I've been asked all the time now, why is the market being so resilient with the new global terrorism and with what's going on in Israel and Ukraine and all the other issues? And I think we're not spending enough time talking about some of the great things that are going on in the world today. And that's when I think about technology and how that's going to be shaping and changing our world. When you think about AI and robotics, this is going to accelerate movement more towards nearshoring and onshoring. We are going to be able to use this new technology. So Charlie asks, does that mean more jobs here in the US? Larry responds, more jobs and more factories. There's no question technology displaces some and creates new. So I'm not trying to suggest it's a perfect situation for everyone, but what I am trying to talk about is the optimism. There's a strong fundamental belief that technology is going to raise the value of financial assets because it's going to increase and enhance productivity. If you look at productivity in our world today, productivity is falling dramatically. And for countries that have been declining populations, declining demographic, the role of technology can play a really incredible role. I know you spend a lot of time talking about the changes in pharma and think about the transformations that drugs are doing for humanity. We're going to be changing really deadly diseases into more chronic diseases. We're going to reshape humans' lives. The work that is being done on dementia and Alzheimer's in terms of new class of drugs out there. And he goes on and on. Charlie asks, what opportunities? What are we talking about? And regarding to interest rates, and Larry responds, interest rates are going to be higher for longer. I think in December, the Fed will raise one more time, and they have to pause in November with what's going on in Israel, but I think they'll raise one more time. So there you have it. BlackRock CEO thinks they're going to do one more push to raise the interest rates in November. And he continues, think about it now. Think about it now because of the global instability. We are going to be spending a lot more money in the world for defense. That's inflationary. We're going to be spending a lot more money on reshoring and offshoring. That's inflationary. Now, all of these things in the short run are inflationary. So we're building up this. And we have also, you mentioned the CHIPS Act, and we have the IRA, and we have Infrastructure Act, all just starting to create new jobs and new opportunity. So there you have it, coming directly from the boss himself, the Tony Soprano of institutions, Larry Fink, the one and only CEO of BlackRock. Now, here's what Max Kaiser recently shared. As we discussed before, Bitcoin is designed to be attacked. When the EU says we need to attack the price of Bitcoin, that is music to Bitcoiners' ears because all the attacks mean greater hash rate, greater security, and higher prices. It is designed to be attacked. The more you attack it, the higher the price goes. So we welcome the EU's attacks and the IMF and Christine Lagarde and central banks and the Federal Reserve Bank. Please attack me so that my price can go to $100,000, $200,000, $1 million per coin. Thank you. Coming from the high priest of Bitcoin, Max Kaiser. So there you have it, fam. Welcome to y'all just joining in. Let me know what your thoughts are surrounding what Larry Fink, the CEO of BlackRock, had to share, as well as the latest from the high priest of Bitcoin, Max Kaiser. Now let's dive into our live Q&A session. Let me know what you think about the new overlay. We got some Bitcoin electricity, lightning in the building. Let's go. Massive shout out to everyone. Be sure to smash that like button if you gain value out of today's live show. Jack Jeong, what it do? Welcome. Ellen, Coin Father, Passive, what's poppin'? Good to see the entire fam in the building. Good to see y'all. I'm going to start reading comments out loud. Make sure to drop a comment to get your comment read, and also it's going to appear on screen, as you can see. And Bitcoin still maintaining above 28.5, which is a damn good indicator. Let's go. What up, CJ? What up, Tim? What up, Vex Vendetta? Greetings from sunny Brisbane, Australia. Shout out to the fam down under. Appreciate you tuning into the live show. Thanks, JV. Day Nada Walter, appreciate your support, fam. Actually, a coffee mug with Let's Frickin' Go would be a great way to start the day. I would agree with you, fam, on that one. Much love. Appreciate you tuning in from Miami Beach. Shout out to relaxing and meditation music. What it do? Port Charlotte, Florida, in the house. Puerto Rico in the building. Hey, JV. Glenn from Australia. Appreciate that. I'm glad I found that like button. Appreciate it, CJ. Metro Detroit in the building. Let's go, Detroit. 8 Mile, where you at? Glenn already smashed that like. Appreciate that. Much love. Shout out to Ontario, Canada. John 3:16. Blessings to you as well. God bless. Glenn says, love seeing your doggo sleeping on the set sometimes. As always, the one and only Nipsey. Shout out to CJ Roush. I appreciate the super chat contribution. He says, great balls of crypto. Let's go. Shout out to Miles KG21. Appreciate you, fam. Tough T, what it do? What up, JV? I'm glad you made the live today, dub proof. Much love, much respect. Drink. Thank you, Captain Banana, for the reminder. Good quality H2O. You got to get it in. Now also, fam, if you didn't know, we're live simultaneously on Rumble and YouTube at the same time. So I just switched the chat from YouTube to Rumble to give shout outs to everyone over on Rumble. Sidekick, Squirrel, Bait89, Dennis Dowery. I appreciate you. Thanks for the support. Now let's go back to YouTube. What we're going to do once the live Q&A session is officially over on YouTube, we continue with uncensored crypto news alerts over on Rumble, and there's also a live interactive chat. And we also have a JV React session where I react to the latest news as well in real time, and it's a lot of fun. What up, Dub Proof? Appreciate you guys. Mike Beckford, what it do? Crypto Surge. What's up, JV from East Brooklyn, New York? Wish I was in Puerto Rico. Come visit, fam. Who's coming to the $100,000 fiesta? Let me know. It's going to be lit for show. Freedom NYC, let's go. Also, before I forget, we have a dear friend and moderator in the building, Digital Dankness, who created this overlay with that lightning effect that you see on your screen. He just launched a brand new video yesterday on his Coin IQ channel. I highly recommend checking it out because it's a great watch. And if you're in the chat, Dankness, be sure to drop that link and we'll invite everyone there to help support a fellow Bitcoiner making a big impact in the world, playing his part, as I greatly appreciate all that support, and a great content creator as well. So let's all go to his channel, support the video, smash the like, and make sure you're subscribed to Coin IQ. Much love. What up, Hodl Gang? You already know. And also in the Rumble session for Uncensored, I can play live music and such. So we can do a lot of things we can't do on YouTube. What up, JJ? What up? Boz Dragon, 60% easy, talking about the Bitcoin dominance, 100% with you on that. Good evening, Reverend Flashback. What up? Good to see you, fam. The sale on sats is going to end soon. I am stacking like crazy right now. Do what it do, McLovin. Stack them stats while you still can. Yeah, do what it do. Watching JV stack stats life is good. 100%. Bruno Raber, Pura Vida fam. Appreciate you tuning in. I believe you're in Puerto Rico, or Costa Rica. What do people think of the Grovex exchange? I'm not familiar with it, Jay. I've never heard of it before, so it's not on my radar. Only one coin, that's Bitcoin, the king of all coins. You nailed it, Passive. What up? Yeah, I wish I could add more, but I did. My last ad was around 26.3. Well, just keep dollar cost averaging. You're on the right track, fam. They will delay, but not for long. Yeah, it seems to be that way. I don't think the 3 ETFs get approval today, but I think they get approved when everyone least expects it. So hypothetical, if everyone and their mother says 90% chance it gets approved in January, right? The spot ETFs probably get approved in December or November or after January. It's not going to happen when the majority of the people think it's going to happen. That's not how markets work. Markets tend to catch you off guard, and I want you to note Bitcoin's on its own trajectory. Bitcoin's on its own vector. We may think it's correlated to the S&P, it's correlated to US dollar index, it's correlated to this, but really it's not. It may, for a short period of time, be correlated to one thing or the other, but eventually it will do what it wants to do because no one can control a free, true, open market with true price discovery. And guess what? When the Bitcoin ETFs get the approval, that's a true price discovery. Unfortunately, futures ETFs, which are used with derivatives, which are financial weapons of mass destruction, is how they manipulate and suppress the price action. Why is the SEC and no clarity Gary not allowed any spot ETFs, but they continuously approve futures ETFs? Clearly is because you can't control a true free open market with true price discovery. However, derivative markets completely controlled and manipulated, right? Because they don't need the underlying asset to be trading it, and that's where the scam comes in. You know what I mean? That's why it's not good for investors whatsoever to have futures. It's good for degens, it's good for the market makers, and it's bad for the majority of the investors who are virtually guaranteed to get wrecked by trading with leverage. It's extremely risky. That's why I saw over $100 million worth of liquidations when the market pumped off of the false rumor. Anyone can get liquidated at any time when trading with leverage. Now, compared to that, the smart play, the fastest horse in the race, clearly Bitcoin. All you need to do is get your position, keep adding to your position. We call that DCA, dollar cost average, and be patient. And if you can do that and have patience for 4 years, you're guaranteed to be in the green. At least that's what history tells us, as every single Bitcoin hodler over the long haul, a cycle, which is 4 years or longer, is in the green. And if you could hodl with diamond hands for like 2 cycles, which is roughly 8 years, you're going to be well ahead of the game, as that's where the massive life-changing gains come into play. And I still think Bitcoin can do another 100x from here, as many have predicted, including Michael Saylor. As I shared in yesterday's episode, a quote from Saylor, he said Bitcoin price can likely do another 10 to 100x. Now, from 28,000, 10x is 280,000 per Bitcoin, and a 100x from 28 Gs is $2.8 million per coin. Send it and let's freaking go. Let me know if you agree or disagree with the one and only Giga Chad, Michael Saylor. Click on Ethereum, scroll down and hit trade and swap your ETH for BTC. Says, Ellen, it seems to be the smart play. I think the Ethereum dominance is going to continue to get eaten away by Bitcoin and the apex predator, which we're already witnessing with the ETH dominance at a very all-time low that I've seen. I shouldn't say all-time because I don't know what the all-time low is, but this is the lowest I've seen it in a very long time. I'm talking years. Right now, it's roughly 17%, while the Bitcoin dominance continues climbing and is now back above 51%. Again, this is a 51% on the alts. So who will win, Bitcoin or the alts? Well, every cycle it shows us Bitcoin wins during the after the halving. It continues to climb in dominance, and I think this cycle is going to be no exception. But I do think the difference between this cycle and the previous cycles, besides the supply shock, considering there's less than 2 million Bitcoin on the exchanges, and considering over 60% of the Bitcoin supply is in the hands of the long-term hodlers who are unwilling to sell, and considering the spot Bitcoin ETF approval is around the corner and these institutions are going to be mass purchasing Bitcoin, supply shock, fam. It's game on. Mass scarcity. And when you have mass scarcity along with mass demand, number go up technology. And that's what Bitcoin represents, fam. You know what I mean? Let me know if you guys relate. 288,000 this bull run for Bitcoin. Send it. Let's freaking go. SBF will be like the Shawshank, except Shawshank Redemption. He'll get caught at the end and the sewer pipe thrown back in again. Boom. Prediction from Boz. Preach. Let's go. Let's get it. I lost my BlockFi account, says Dankness, but I doubt I will get my $100 back. Yikes. Well, it could have been a lot worse, right? There's people out there that lost millions or hundreds of thousands to the FTX scam, unfortunately. Morning, JV. Good morning, Andy Surfer. I was one of the lucky ones who took my funds off FTX in time. Congratulations. Well done. Thanks so much. Went to Dogecoin, did a swap, work instantly, and now I will do with ETH. Well done. Relax and keep stacking. We know the Bitcoin dominance is going to continue climbing, so well done. If you hit trade and then it says convert, good to note. Off there is a hitch. Yo, CNA stackers. What up, Coin Father? Shout out to our Bitcoin veterans. Sup, JV? What up? Will Stop Some. Appreciate you tuning in. The overlay is great. Glad you like it. Mr. Crabbin, much love. Digital Dankness is a genius. 100%. That's why we all got to go support his new Coin IQ episode. Make sure we're subscribed to the channel and help support a fellow Bitcoiner doing God's work. Shout out to Dankness. JVF Painting. What up? We almost got the same name there. I just went to one of my coins, Doge, and it had 3 dots beside it. I select swap and was one of the options. Simplicity itself. Thanks again, Ellen. Well done. And congratulations on trading your Doge for Bitcoin. Smart move, if you're to ask me. Rolling a doobie-doo to the FTX news. That's what's up, Will. Happy 420, fam. Much love, much respect. You got to love it. Going to have to redo the overlay. The hitch didn't come out. Grr. Oh, word. Man, it looks pretty fantastic to me, so I don't even know what glitch you're referring to. Crypto surge 130 is not what I'm looking for. I think that is extremely conservative, but nonetheless, it's still a 6-figure price action, which means Bitcoin fiesta in Puerto Rico. Either way we look at it, even in a worst case scenario. Greetings from the Netherlands, says Robert Kaiser, visiting Istanbul at the moment. Word, enjoy your travels. Safe travels, fam. Keep stacking them sats. Thanks for all the positive vibes. You're welcome, Dankness. We appreciate your help. What up, Cushy? 23 and bounce predicts Jack Jiong. Word up. Go, 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 right? 130 does not do it for me either. I would make a nice profit, but yeah, we all know the potential is way beyond 130,000. Let's call 250. That sounds better to me. You know what I mean? It's got to be at least a minimal target of 220,000, which is Max Kaiser's price prediction for Bitcoin short term. Now, short term, I perceive as less than a year out. I would consider long term in crypto more than 12 months, in my humble opinion. The new layout is cool, but I appreciate the continued efforts to produce the best show for all of us, Bitcoin fanatics. You're very welcome, Tough T. We put in a lot of hard work. So much love, much respect. And again, shout out to Dankness for making it all possible. Wow, when the first ETF happens, there's going to be a massive pump. I will be in front of the computer with my Coinbase with my finger dangling in anticipation over the sell button, then the dip. That's what's up. And Dankness did drop the link in the chat. His channel is Coin-IQ. Make sure to subscribe and hit that thumbs up on his latest video. You'll enjoy it. Thank me later. Anyways, Bitcoin is the only thing I actually own, says Bitcoin Imaginer. Everything else is permissioned access. I feel you on that. That's pretty accurate. I think Bitcoin will go up more than ETH. 100%. It's already outpacing ETH. It's a good indicator. Anything below 60 is a deal. It is still a sale because it's about to go parabolic. Well said, Dankness. Up-abolic. I like that. Yeah, let's go. Yes, of course, my ETH is underwater right now, so I might sell some when it goes green. Oh, well, save it all for Bitcoin, says Ellen. Yep, I call crypto the Wild West Casino, and I have designed an icon and put that whatever I text a friend and talk about crypto, word up, I paid under $150 each for my Ethereum. Well done, Ellen. You got a hell of a deal. That's a good price. That's an early adoption for you. What year was that in? JV, Gary is in the chat again. Give him a huge shout out from the Bitcoin gang. West Coast is the best coast. Now, as you know, Gary Gensler, the chairman of the SEC, I don't know if it's an imposter. So let's have some fun, right? So we've been doing some Gary back and forth, but we keep this exclusive for Rumble. You know what I mean? Because this is a segment we do as a part of JV Reacts, and I can speak freely and uncensored only on Rumble. I can't speak that freely here because you know what can happen and what has already happened before for speaking the truth. So I got to watch out what I say here, unfortunately. But when we do the Rumble React session, that's when we'll do some more Gary Gensler impersonations as well as some interaction. I think that's a fun segment as well. I appreciate the heads up on that. And again, shout out to everyone on Rumble. I just brought up the Rumble chat. What up, Sidekick? What up, Brief Crypto? I'm going to be getting to you guys in just a little bit, as once the stream ends here on YouTube, we're going to commence and continue over on Rumble for uncensored live Q&A. You know what I mean? How we do each and every day. That's why I bought XRP. No idea, but why? I was wishing on the stars. When my cousin was 14, he bought Bitcoin. Maybe I should hang out with him some more. Wow. He gets it. The younger generation, all about it. Imagine that. Imagine becoming a Bitcoin hodler at age 14. That's what's up. Because Bitcoin is for the future. Bitcoin is for the children. You know what I mean? As soon as Bitcoin ETF is approved, I'll be trading all my stock options for work into BTC. Word. That's what's up. You gotta love that. Yeah. Larry Fink is also in the chat. Huge shout out. I'm his biggest fan. Wow. Larry Fink is here with us today. I can't wait for the Rumble. Rumble Live is going to be lit today. Guaranteed. Yes, I think as Bitcoin gets more enriched in our financial community, most of the altcoins are useless unless they have real world use cases. They will probably disappear. I think you're probably right. Legend, says Vex. Word. When I listen to music, I listen to Led Zeppelin and do so for my neighbors. Ellen, you're awesome. I have been saying there is still one more Fed rate hike. Well, that's what Mr. Fink is calling. He says in December, expect one more rate hike. So right in alignment with the prediction from Coinfather. You gotta love it. Yeah, in college, we smoked weed and played Dark Side of the Moon album and played Wizard of Oz muted. I thought I was on another planet, says Jack Giong. Damn, that hitch is gonna piss me off. Yeah, I don't even see the hitch, so don't stress, fam. Yeah, shout out to Coinfather, off to the Milwaukee meetup. Have fun there. Say hi to the entire fam. Pat Markey, what up, what up? Good to see you, fam. Appreciate the support as always. Abe, what it do? What up, JV? AJ from also Norway is in the building. Shout out to Abe Joel. Appreciate you tuning in from Norway. I'm new here, but it looks fantastic. Thank you, Pete B. I appreciate your support. I'm glad you're enjoying the live segment. Bitcoin is correlated to the Bitcoin cycle. Yes, Brief Crypto, that's right. I used to buy new coins listed on Coinbase and they would pump for the first 2 days. Word. I just made a Rumble account. Congratulations, Jack. I appreciate the support on Rumble. Everyone, make sure you're following me on Rumble. My link is rumble.cryptonewsalerts.net, or you can simply just go to Rumble and type in Crypto News Alerts. You'll find me. My channel has, or I should say, yeah, they do call it channel on Rumble. My channel has over 900 followers, so don't follow an imposter account because there's probably already a dozen imposters pretending to be Crypto News Alerts. They'll typically have anyone from 0 to 100 followers. The real McCoy, the real channel for Crypto News Alerts on Rumble, has over 900, just FYI, so that you find the right one. Yeah, let's see what Uncensored Crypto News Alerts is all about. Well, I'm actually excited for you if it's going to be your first segment of Uncensored Crypto News Alerts, because it's my favorite time of the show, because I get to speak freely and I get to say what I want. And again, I can't do that genuinely here on YouTube. I got to watch what I say, unfortunately. It's just the nature of the beast. 28,000 for Bitcoin is cheap as what? Yes. Roblox and XRP, I saw that. Has this been covered yet? I didn't cover it here, but yes, I saw the news article yesterday. Roblox, one of the largest gaming, I don't know the word, universes in the world. I know my daughter loves Roblox and you can play a million games on it. They're one of the largest, if not the largest. They basically announced that you can now use XRP to pay for things in the game. So that was the news there, fam. William, can the case from Binance pushed the price down. Anybody have any update? Anything is possible. The SEC is probably doing that purposely, going after Binance to suppress the price action of Bitcoin. Guaranteed. They're not doing it to protect the investors. They're doing it to strong arm the entire crypto community in a chokehold, because it's called Operation Choke Point 2.0. Like the SEC is Nate Diaz got McGregor in a headlock. You look at it that way. You know what I mean? But McGregor will escape the headlock in the end, and Bitcoin will reign supreme. Just saying. I just subscribed. Thank you, Ellen. We got a new subscriber over on Rumble. If you're also subscribed on Rumble, let us know in the YouTube chat. I appreciate that, fam. Brief Crypto, smash the like. Thank you. Again, it helps out tremendously with the algorithm, so it helps. I appreciate it. Listening from Huntington Beach, California. Shout out to Cali. Thanks for the podcast, JB. You're very welcome. Happy hodler. Glad you enjoyed it. We'll be here buying more opportunities in the short. Will there be more buying opportunities in short? 100%. There's always going to be buying opportunities. Even if Bitcoin was $10 million hypothetically today, there's still going to be future opportunities. You know what I mean? Just keep DCAing, dollar cost averaging, and stacking them sats is the name of the game. Again, Bitcoin is the fastest horse in the race with the least risk in the crypto industry. It has the strongest network. It's the most secure. It is the only decentralized crypto. It's unconfiscatable. It's uncorruptible. And it has a finite limited supply. Hence why it's perfect money. I can't say the same for any other 30,000 plus cryptocurrencies out there, including Ethereum. Once Ethereum switched their protocol from proof of work to proof of stake, that was the downfall, in my opinion. You even have Ethereum co-founders and the Ethereum Foundation dumping their ETH supply. Not a good look when the creators of the token is dumping their own supply. Things that make you go, you know what I mean? And I've been calling this out, you know what I mean? In real time, we've been covering Ethereum Foundation, Vitalik Buterin, and now the dominance is dropping, and just more and more bad news coming out on Ethereum. Hence why I'm nowhere near as bullish on it as I once was a prior cycle. You know what I mean? So kind of is what it is. But let me know your thoughts on Ethereum, fam. Yeah, game dudes, what up? I'm in profit for Bitcoin. That's what's up. Yeah, bought Ethereum in 2016, says Rob. Congratulations on that. That's early adoption for show. Larry Fink should know about the Fed raise, you would think, right? Did you know that BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager in the world, controls more than 80% of the companies in the S&P 500? I heard this on a podcast with Patrick Bet-David. That's pretty freaking substantial. That means they have their piece in everything. Even MicroStrategy, you know what I mean? The first company, first publicly traded company to put Bitcoin on the balance sheet, founder, Michael Saylor. Even MicroStrategy, BlackRock has roughly an 8% share in, right? Also, Standard Chartered Bank, they're the primary shareholder. Like, literally, BlackRock controls the most powerful companies in the world. Therefore, they probably control the most powerful governments in the world, if you were to ask me. So big moves taking place. And for Larry to come out on live television yesterday and address the bullishness for crypto, even though he kept using the term crypto versus Bitcoin, we all know he meant to say Bitcoin, but for some reason he was just kept saying crypto. You know what I mean? This is a pretty big deal. I think this is another omen and another sign, and all the asset managers are ready to hop on board and get their piece of this action. They know that it's going to be revolutionary. They know their customers want it, and you got to give your customers what they want. If you can't beat them, join them. I think that's how they're thinking right now. What's up, Monty W? Love all of the big time predictions. You just was the most secure, least risky asset. I am crazy for still having concerns that Bitcoin may fall off in the future. Yeah, I do think that's a little crazy. I think if you're going to have any faith in any cryptocurrency, it has to be Bitcoin, because if Bitcoin doesn't succeed, no altcoin can potentially succeed. They're all going to get wrecked and crash to zero. So if you're praying for another cryptocurrency besides Bitcoin to overtake Bitcoin, that's not happening anytime soon. Will never happen. And if you have no faith in Bitcoin, that means you have no faith in anything in crypto. And then what's the alternative? Gold and silver. Both heavily manipulated, right? You got JP Morgan Chase had to pay over a $900 million fine for getting caught red-handed with their hand in the cookie jar, spoofing the precious metal markets. There is no true price discovery with gold, you know what I mean? Whatsoever. So there is no competition. So ultimately, when Michael Saylor said, there is no second best, He wasn't exaggerating. It's because he gets it. He put in his research and he understands the Bitcoin protocol. I truly mean that. Shout out to Sailor. Larry can't discuss Bitcoin, may jeopardize his ETF approval. That's right, Robert Brady said he had to be very careful about what he says. So I think you nailed it on the head there. The nail on the head. That's probably why he couldn't say Bitcoin. It was more focused on just generalizing it as crypto. That would make sense logically to me as well. Anyways, fam, if you got value out of today's YouTube live, make sure to smash that thumbs up and drop a comment in the main comment section below the video when the live stream ends. I appreciate that. It helps out tremendously with the algorithm. It'll help usher in that massive Bitcoin adoption, which we all want, getting more eyeballs to the stream. And now what we're going to do, we're all going to head on over to Rumble for the uncensored live Q&A, Crypto News Alerts JV Reacts. So I'll see you over on Rumble in just a few moments. Peace, YouTube. I'm out.